someone comes out of their home and say, "Oh, my husband does this. He washes the dishes, he
And
cooks
you
for."
now think your own should be doing the same.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for
you don't know what is peculiar to their
I am
situation.
so. But do you think that staying married in Nigeria
It's easier.
is easier than staying married in Canada?
Our entire dating was long distance, right? Our entire
Wow,
relationship,
yeah, that's
except the time we went on vacation. The way we were loving up on each other on the phone, it was just like, I see you on the phone. You know,
well,
the
now you
phone.
can see yourself skin to
But
skin,
see,
flesh to flesh. Not
exactly.
what you think, oh guys. But were you already doing the do when you did court?
What?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Funke Lemon, and like you can already see, I have a guest with me. Her name is Ayodeji. She's the first woman or female that I will ever see that is bearing Ayodeji. I don't know, it's just strange, but she bears Ayodeji. If you're in Nigeria and you know that Ayodeji is mostly a guy's name,
Yeah.
but she's a woman. She's fully a woman,
I'm
and she's
different.
a she.
I'm different.
All right, Ayodeji, you're welcome on board. Please introduce yourself.
I am Ayodeji. I have a YouTube channel with my husband called Love and Mouth. I am a Nigerian, obviously.
Yes, we're both Nigerians in Canada. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Funke Lemon. I'm a Nigerian immigrant in Canada, and I post videos about my life in Canada. And I have with me my friend. Yes, I can call her my friend. Yeah, we just got to know each other. And yeah, we just got to know each other this year, right? Yeah. But she's interesting. And she has a YouTube channel with her husband. If you want to check it out, Love and Mouth. And that's why I'm also actually bringing out to this channel, because I want to talk about something. It's going to be very interesting. So stay tuned. If you go watch their YouTube channel, you'll just see lovey everywhere.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, your husband.
Yeah, but that's what our YouTube channel is about, right?
So
Love,
what
relationship, marriage.
So that's why you always doing lovey-dovey
Yeah, we need
on
to.
our faces.
To show you how
Okay,
it's done.
but please let me beg them to post the video because it's been
so
long.
we've taken a long break. I think 6 months or 5 months, but we're back this July. So
So in today's video, I actually want us to talk about marital relationship. So let me give you a backstory about her. She got married to her husband in Nigeria, but her husband was already in Canada.
Yeah.
And it was a distant marriage thing, and that's what we want to talk about here. So yeah, so how was it really? Oh wait, let me start by saying that do you think there was any change in your relocation with your marriage?
Like the difference between being married and being in Nigeria and then coming
married,
over.
yeah.
Yeah, there was actually. So when we got married, my husband was already in Ottawa, right? And I was in Nigeria. I would say we used to talk every day, like every single day, and I would say maybe 12 hours in a day. Sometimes
Wow.
we would be on the phone with each other, working, cooking, getting dressed in the
After you got
shower.
married, wait.
Yeah, after we got married.
Let's wind up. Before you guys got married, was it like that?
Before we got married, it was something similar. So
Okay.
we used to be on the phone almost every time. I think it was even worse because at that time I was preparing for an exam and I was working. It was also working, and the time difference was I think 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So after work, it would stay awake instead of him to go to sleep. It would stay awake and then
talk with you
and talk with me throughout midnight Nigeria and then till the morning.
Wow.
Then after work, I stay awake till he's done with work or till he's on break. So it was worse. Yeah.
So you guys were always talking when you guys were married, but you had gone back. So how long did you stay after you guys got married?
I think he stayed for 2 weeks or 1 week. He stayed for 1 week because he left just before Christmas. Yeah. He left just before Christmas. So we didn't get to
I don't want to know together. We'll still get back to how you deal with it, but get down to what is different than you coming here.
Okay. I would say before I moved here, we used to argue a lot on the phone, right? We used to have arguments, we used to have fights, and it used to take a little bit more time to settle the argument compared to when I moved here. We were seeing physically, and you could read someone's body language, whether this person meant what they say or not. So that's like a major difference. And then I think another thing was the way we were loving up on each other. On the phone, it was just like, I see you on the phone.
Well, now you can see yourself skin to skin, flesh to flesh.
Exactly.
Not what you think, oh guys. But I'm just saying that you guys are seeing each other and it's gonna be different.
Exactly. Our date night that time before I moved was usually Netflix and chill. But our chill was like just so we used to do Netflix party. There's something called
Yeah.
So we used to do that and I would always sleep off. And he used to be so angry that I would sleep off while we're
Why are
watching
you
movie
watching
together.
movie together?
But now that I'm here, even if I sleep off, he will wake me up and give me coffee. So that I stay awake. And our date nights are usually very different.
So you are definitely saying that there is a huge difference being together
Very
when
huge
married
difference. Yeah.
than being separate.
Yeah.
So also, did you feel your communication reduced or improved? You know, when you guys were not seeing each other, you're always talking on the phone. You're literally talking about everything on the phone. So now if we're seeing each other physically, did it change? Did you still talk about it?
I don't think it changed because I think it even got better because like when we were apart, we used to tell each other everything. Almost everything,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But then now that we're together, I feel like I say more things as they come to my head because I don't have to pick up the phone and start calling.
Same. So you talk more.
Anything that comes to my head, any single thing that comes to my head, I say it.
Yeah. So do you ever have any fear? And this thing we're talking about, like I said, like okay, if I've not said it, it's just we just sharing our opinion on what we think about being married in Canada and how you're able to survive the long distance thing. So how long were you guys apart before you came together?
We got married December 2022. And then I came to Canada May 2023. So that was like 5 months.
5 months. That wasn't long. That wasn't long.
But then our entire dating was long distance, right? Our entire relationship. Except the time we went on vacation together. But like the entire relationship was long distance.
Now I understand the reason why their YouTube channel is Love and Miles.
Yes.
Because we were literally miles apart.
Yeah. But the thing is, actually, we got married May 2022. We did our court wedding May 2022. And then he came back to Canada. So we were apart from May to December. He came back in December for like the Nigerian traditional wedding. And then he left December and I came in May 2023.
So let's say you guys were married for 1 year.
Yes,
like
before I
legally
came in.
before you came in and you guys were apart for 1 year. But were you already doing the do when you did court?
What?
No, I'm gonna bleep it. Were you already doing the when you did court?
Did we?
Or it was until December?
Oh yeah, we did.
Because people used to say,
oh yeah, because we went on vacation, right?
Like you guys did honeymoon twice.
Oh, we've not had the second one. We need to have. You need to can cheat me out of the second one.
So you guys already did honeymoon after being legally married.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to do another. Don't.
Definitely. Like by the grace of God.
You're just being petty.
No.
Okay. Now back to this marriage. Now you guys are together.
Yeah.
What do you think about staying married in Canada? Do you think that it's different from staying married in Nigeria? Like if you guys were together in Nigeria, do you think it would be different? I know it's very, very important that both partners have a very good relationship, like they are friends of each other, because that's like the solid rock of how a marriage want to be successful or how it's going to work. But do you think, and I know you've been seeing or probably hearing that in Canada, women find out that they have real power and start using it. Yes, compared to Nigeria where the man is the man of the home, where in Canada here, now the woman get the say. So do you think that if you guys were in Nigeria, I'm not saying you guys have had any difficult phase or anything, but I know that in marriage definitely there'll be conversations and arguments like that. But do you think that staying married in Nigeria is easier than staying married in Canada? Because that's just what this whole conversation is about.
Yeah. Okay. I would say for us, right? I would say regardless of where we are, it will still be the same.
So you think there will be no effect?
I don't think so. So we had conversations before we got married about staying married, staying friends, staying together, right? And it was regardless of where we are, regardless of where we live. These are the things we'll live by. These are the principles we'll live by. So whether we're in Nigeria, whether we're in a country that gives you more power over your spouse, no one was going to take advantage of
Of
that.
that
Yeah.
situation.
Whatever is going on in our family, we know that we have to talk about it first.
Yeah,
We
it's
have
family unit.
to find a solution, not that. But for each
Irregardless of
other,
what the law
yeah,
says.
irregardless.
Of what the
Like,
law
we
says.
don't care what, except if it is a matter of abuse,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't abuse each other.
Yeah, that's very, of course, that
Yeah.
needs to be cleared. Yeah, that's very basic. But in general, not with regards to you now,
Yeah.
not with regards to your own marriage or regards to my own marriage. In general, do you think that, by the way, we are married though?
Oh,
Don't mind that we don't see. We are married. We are very married.
Yeah, I have the ring.
We
An
have the
invisible
invisible
one.
ring. Yeah, we are very married. Emma Binu, if you are not, because I don't know
Just
why I'm
picture the
just like
ring.
that. Just capture the ring. We are married. So, but in general now, you think that women have always misused? I don't know if you know anyone personally, but I just think in general, people that are married in Canada, because I've seen not one, not two cases whereby they were married in Nigeria,
And then they
doing
get
well in
here,
Nigeria, and they get here and
things
the
change.
things change. And I keep saying the issues don't just come out when you're in Canada.
Yeah.
There have been these issues in Nigeria, but you've
yeah.
been able to manage it.
So I think the thing is, in Nigeria, you don't have so much power. Even if your husband is doing something you don't like, even if he's misbehaving and you feel like you shouldn't be in that marriage, you try to think of, oh, what would the family say?
Say,
What would society say?
say,
But if you move outside Nigeria and you come to a
a
country
westernized
where
country, yeah.
nobody cares,
Yeah, actually, nobody
you
fucking
can even
cares.
celebrate being a divorcee. People rally around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think about all the tiny, tiny things that your husband has been doing, and you had it up and you say, no, I don't want to. So you take advantage of it and say, oh, I have my own job.
Mm-hmm.
The
I can
system will
fend.
support me even if I don't have a job. They will
Mm-hmm.
take care of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather not stay in this marriage. So people take advantage of it, even for the tiniest misunderstanding, the
that can
slightest
happen.
thing. You just
But do you think that's good?
it's
I'm
a
not. I'm
terrible.
not saying
Yeah.
that people should stay in. I'm see. I'm no. I'm no
Yeah,
mentor,
that's what
or
I'm
I'm
saying.
no.
Like
I'm not saying
for
people stay in abusive marriage. But if you're able to have been able to fight for something, if the system was different,
yeah.
why not still fight for it?
That's what. So the thing is, they feel that since the system is working here,
Mm-hmm.
what is the point of staying married? I could be free and be
not.
independent and not care about this man. Let's just separate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to if you're in Nigeria and people see that you are deciding to dissolve your
Deserve
marriage,
your marriage, yeah, and
people will
people,
talk,
of course, people will
right?
talk.
But yeah, no one talks
No one talks
about you.
about
No
it,
one cares what you do, and so you decide to take advantage of that.
that
And
situation.
instead of resolving the tiny issues, honestly, apart from abuse, the tiny, tiny issues that come up that you were settling, that you were reconciling when you were in Nigeria, you get here and
And you make it big.
you make it
Let
a
me give
really
example.
big thing.
Should I give example?
Yeah.
Washing the dishes.
Yeah. Chores, generally.
Sure.
I'm sorry, it makes no sense that you
Chores.
decide not to continue a marriage because of chores.
Or no, I think people just capitalize. So the idea is, it's not like it's the chores itself that is making you fight. It's the fact that he's not considering to even do it, or
You
that is
want to have a
letting you
conversation. You
alone.
guys are adults, right?
See, I said in one of my videos that things change when you come to Canada. And I think it's just very, very important that couples, when they come to Canada, whether they've been separated before, like you guys were not together, to have conversations surrounding things you would do to run the home. Because it's not the same as it is
Two
in
different
Nigeria.
climates. Yeah.
And I know that in Nigeria, not in Nigeria, in general, we attach some chores to the woman
Yeah, because it's
thing.
like the traditional
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And we attach some to the man thing. I was telling somebody that you are upset that your husband didn't wash the plate. You're upset. But how would you feel if your husband calls you and tells you to go and wash the car?
Well, yeah.
Like, it's just the same way I would not expect that he'll tell me to go and clear the weed.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the thing that I know. So there are, I wouldn't say traditionally, but I would say there are chores that you're better at.
At doing.
Yeah. So you should have conversations about who
Who
does
does
what,
this?
who
Who
is
does
best at
this?
this.
Yes.
But then the other party would assist when there is
When
need
there is
to.
a need
Yeah.
to, yes.
Because like my husband washes the car, but sometimes I assist him. I just Not that I assist. I stay there and have conversations
John
and
with
just
him. And it's not going to be a mandatory thing for you to do to just get
no.
up and go and wash the car.
Yeah.
So that's why I was telling her, I said, okay, now we are making a big deal out of this, right? But think
Which is
about
no
it
big
this
deal,
way.
honestly.
Yeah, which is not supposed to be a big deal. Think about it this way. Would you expect him to come and say, oh yeah, well, for
Wash the
moto,
car, or the car has an issue.
or the
Would
car
you
has an
take
issue,
it to
carry it to the
the
mechanic? No,
yeah.
so there are some things that should not even cost
The
because
man is better at doing
those
this
those
thing.
things
Yeah.
than me. So I just feel like, see, if boy, there are some major things that of course you will not be able to manage yourself to stay in a
Yeah.
marriage. I'm not saying somebody should be in a marriage and be abusive. Who are we?
Yeah.
What do we know? But I'm just saying that the system changing has really made most women
They
take
take
up
advantage of
advantage of this fact that now I know that I can put you in trouble.
yeah. And another thing, I think they make comparisons. So someone comes out of their home and say, "Oh, my husband does this. He
Hmm.
washes the dishes. He
And
cooks
you
for."
now think your own should be doing the same.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for
you don't know
you.
what is peculiar to their
I am
situation.
sorry for you.
You just
It
take whatever the
doesn't work
person
that
says and say,
way.
"Oh, my husband has to." Even if your husband is the sole provider, you just take it as, "Oh, this person's husband is doing it. My husband has to do all the
Do
dishes, has to take care of
It
the
doesn't
children."
work that
It
way.
doesn't
Me, I
work
used to say that there is no manual, there is no rule book on
at all.
how one should act in marriage or how you should just do what works for you. You cannot you cannot start saying you want to do how this you want to act how this person is acting. Like when I
You
watch
will
their
land in
videos,
trouble.
let me tell you one this. When I watch their videos on their channel, I'm like, see how this man and this woman, see how they are just doing love in our faces and doing
Oh,
my husband, not send me. He doesn't do PDA.
really?
So you get
So
what I'm saying?
imagine
So imagine how
comparing.
comparing. I will just die young,
Yeah,
or I'll be fighting for something that cannot change. It's very important that you pick your battles, know what
and
you want to.
talk.
Yes, and talk
Actually
about
talk,
it.
because like a lot of people just how
Assume,
your husband isn't doing something, you
and you just
hold the grudge,
assume.
and
Then I
then
say, why is he
you
not doing
keep.
this thing?
So you have a book, you write it every day. You didn't do this. You would be surprised how petty people are. You didn't do this 12 something today. You didn't do it.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Somebody's
make
husband
sense.
did it for her.
But
This
you
one,
don't do it.
it
It
makes
might not,
no
it might
sense.
not, it might not even just even know that you need to do it. They don't think
That's
like
the
that.
thing.
Yeah. So lastly, let's talk about finances with regards to marriage and staying
Mhm.
married. You guys were separate at first. Like when I say separate, you understand what I mean? Like
Living, yeah,
distant married.
different places,
How
yeah.
did you handle your finances? Was there
Mm.
any? How did you handle it? Was it still like compared to you people staying together and being married and living in the same house?
Okay.
How did you handle finances? Because I know that if you're staying alone in Nigeria, you might not necessarily have to say, "Oh, yeah, for me, low wall bed." Or I want to, I'm just trying to sound like a traditional
Yeah,
woman
yeah.
now. But now that you're here in
Mm.
Canada, of course, you know that, okay, how do you, what finance? Let's talk about finances.
Okay, so we adopted the rule of your money is our money, my money is our money, regardless of where we are. Yeah.
Oh.
So it wasn't. So we each had our separate accounts,
Mm-hmm.
right? I get my salary, I get whatever income I make into
Mm-hmm.
my own accounts. You get yours. But when there's a need to be met, regardless of whether I was in Nigeria or it was in Canada,
Both of you do it.
we both do it and we move on. We
Oh,
just say, "Oh, this is happening. How much would I contribute? How much would you
you
contribute?"
contribute.
And we did it and we moved on. Thank God we're even apart for, okay, I'll say 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
but there was not like a major need on his side. Mine was because Nigeria had light issue.
Yeah.
Getting inverter, getting this one. It was just, he would wake up and say, "Oh, you don't have light. How about we do this thing?"
Because it
And
needed to always talk with you
yeah,
and
and then your internet is bad. How about you change the internet? And funny how eventually he was even the one who contributed everything for
to do that.
these two things, right? But these are just like the two
So it
examples.
was still like I'm trying to say that even fact that you guys were in distant marriage,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
still
still,
doing all that it needed
yeah,
to do
it was still doing.
regardless. What do you think if it was flipped? Like if it was you in Canada and Amy in Nigeria?
I feel like I'll still do
Because
it.
the story might change. I know
I-
you will, but when
yeah,
you know that you can't be comparing Canadian dollars to Naira.
yeah. So let me give an example. I don't know if my husband will like this, but okay. So when we were in December, when he was planning to come over, he had booked a flight
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't check until a week before the wedding. and then he saw that the transit was through the US.
Mm.
And he had all his money tied in investment. He couldn't liquidate it because he had to buy the flight. I think it was like 3 days to our wedding. No, 3 days to when he was supposed to travel.
Come.
So he couldn't liquidate anything between, I think it was a Friday, and Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
Monday to get money for it. So I was like, oh, don't worry, I'll buy the flight ticket. Or I would pay a part of the flight ticket. And he was like, no, 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 don't worry. I'll try to find
Money
a
to
way
do it.
around it. I'll do my credit card and then pay it when I come back. So I was like, there's no need. Let's just do it. I had dollars. So when I sent it, it was really shocked because
That you had that kind of money. You see,
it was
financial
like,
stability.
are you sure you want to do this? I was like, I mean, you're getting married to me.
Yeah, where
own
you will
you
carry
now.
my money to? Like, where will you carry my money and go? You
And
hold me.
I started making a joke that now that I've paid for a part of your flight ticket, I own your kidney.
You're a joker.
So
So yeah, and it actually plays a huge role. It just makes you feel like that little act of what you did just
Yeah.
shows that this babe is financially stable. You don't. I know it's good when you have a guy that is in Canada. You know that you can send you Canadian. I'm sure it spoiled you very well. But you're able to also confidently say that, okay, I have money, I can handle this if you need to do this. But finances now in Canada when you guys came, did it change or is still the same?
No, it's still the same. Your money is your money.
Our money is your
Yeah,
money. You guys just spend. You spend
So we just have we have a budget every month. This is and like there are constant things,
that
utilities, rent,
yeah.
everything is constant every month.
That's very important.
So at the end of the month,
mm-hmm.
so we take out our savings and investments, right? But then we settle our bills. Whatever we need to buy, whatever so we do an allowance kind of thing. You get an allowance every month. I get an allowance. So
for whatever
you need
extra
to
thing
buy,
you need to buy for yourself.
yeah. So we just do it that way.
So that's really nice.
Yeah.
I've picked up a few things, and that's nothing should actually change with your relationship regardless of wherever you are. Nothing should change. I know there is an influence of environment, which is very huge on you as a person or your personality, but nothing should change when it comes to you relating with someone. If you guys have been together and you've successfully been able to manage yourself when you come to Canada, still try and keep the tone. I know there can be plenty influences. A lot of influences. You get to hear this, hear that, but marriages can still work because I still believe that family is still the most important part of a society. I really, I'm an advocate of that. Like, family is very, very important for a society to actually be very, very successful. So I know it might be different for you, might be different for whatever the case is, but if something can actually be solved, there's something that Pastor Mildred used to say. I'm sorry that I have to quote her here. She said, and I know you're a follower of Pastor Mildred Okonkwo and Kinsey Okonkwo. She says, nice. She says something. She say, if there is no way to go out from this room and a fire break out right in the middle, what will you people do? You'll find a way to quench the fire. If not to remove your shirt, remove your trouser, you quench the fire. But if there's window, there's door, the first thing you do is to
out of the
run out. So that's the illustration she used to give for marriage, is that if you tell yourself that there's no way out of here, but there's a fire that has started to burn,
we need to make it work.
I will quench it. I'll make it work. But that's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed our conversation. So what would you like to say before we end this video? What can you say to people that are in distant marriage? Probably they've not been able to come to meet their spouse in Canada. What can you say to them?
What would I say? Okay, I'd say I would talk over the phone as much as you can because you don't know how much that helps. Because because I know some people say they talk once every other day, but I'd say talk every day because you're in a relationship. Why are you running away from each other? So communication is like a very big part of.
What if they are not able to, like, what I mean by that is, I think your husband's job gave him that flexibility to keep in touch with you. What about people that, they work in places where they cannot pick up their phones?
But then after work, honestly, long distance relationship is about sacrifice. Nothing would work if
close distance.
Yeah,
even close distance, still plenty sacrifice.
6 hours difference. My time is 12.
Your time
is 6 p.m. I'm at work. You're closing from work. So I usually time my break to that 12 when it's closing from work.
So you guys can talk. So you have to
Sacrifice,
make it work.
honestly.
Okay. If
Communication.
you're in distant marriage, I really hope you get to meet your spouse
Yeah.
soon and you be together because there is really nothing like that. But make it work. I think if it's worth it in the first instance for you to even take the step and say you want to get married, please make it work. And it
Yeah.
takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes so much sacrifice for you to be together with somebody in the house. So now times that sacrifice
By 10.
by 100. You know, it takes so much more
Oh,
sacrifice.
listen.
I'm so grateful that mine wasn't like that. We were able to travel together,
Together. Yeah.
but still a little sacrifice had to be made. We had to say, okay, this you like this compromise, I like this compromise, and
Yeah.
let's see how we can make it out. I'm sure you lost so many hours of sleep
Oh, I did.
from trying to talk to your
I had like
spouse.
very big eye bags before.
But it was worth it. Now she's in Canada. She's with a
Yeah.
boo boo, and they have a YouTube channel. I've said this in like 50 times.
Love and miles.
Love and Miles. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this conversation, and I hope it's something that you're able to learn something from one or two.
Yeah.
Regardless of wherever you are, you can always make the marriage work. You can always make it stay, no matter what. It's sweet. I'm supposed to end this video, but I know it's sweet to know that women have power here.
Yeah, but don't misuse it.
But don't misuse it.
The fact that
Don't
you have power
misuse it.
doesn't mean you should
Doesn't mean you should. Don't misuse it
be
because
disciplined. Honestly, whatever has been working for
for
you,
you
why
would work.
ruin it?
Yeah, it would work. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Goodbye.